So you're okay with driving a truck?
Oh, yeah.
Pickup?
Yeah, very okay with it.
Why, you prefer a truck or prefer what?
We prefer, I do personally. I guess it'd be my
I see
vehicle,
more people, when my travels around Iowa, you see more towns having them.
We check the gas mileage between our cars, and the Tahoe would probably be comparable to a pickup, and there was only a mile or two difference in town. I imagine taking on the highway is probably bigger, but
This was part
We
of
got
that.
4 policemen and 3 vehicles.
excuse me? Yeah, 4 policemen and 3 vehicles, yes.
Yes.
And what are we gonna do with that old one we have sitting out here? Are we gonna try to trade that, or that's still?
Yeah,
Well, once I get a battery that works in it again. Somebody stole my battery.
On purpose or?
On purpose.
It was a late night, and we had a broken police car, so.
Oh,
And we put that battery in out of our budget.
what's right is right.
One of the long-term plans that we're focusing with this truck is it will give us the opportunity to develop a schedule for replacing out after the 5-year process, replacing out into the rest of our fleet trucks. And so therefore allows us an opportunity to start developing a plan to remove out our oldest fleet trucks in the maintenance department or some of the other departments of the town. More of a long-term approach to focus on replacement programs.
I'll make a motion that we send out for sealed bids on the Silverado specification.
Before we ask questions. I talked to Alan Domino out of Domino Motors, and if we write, or if the city writes a letter to Domino Motors, they can check into with GM on a fleet cost as far as getting a discounted rate. I suggest that we,
The process, I believe, is taking bids from anyone that
Is it
within
wants to
50
bid
mile
for the,
radius?
yeah.
They have the same bid specs on from everybody.
Yes.
But your motion can limit a range.
Well, usually it's been 50 miles, that usually gets everybody.
and Alan had indicated that he would like a letter so that he can send it to GM and get the fleet discount rate.
That would be standard of any bid.
Yeah, you can get that through any of the GM.
Okay.
In fact, they've got fleet cars that are more than you can purchase through the state, but then you don't get the service on what you do.
I have a motion for taking bids for a new police vehicle within a 50-mile radius of Sac City.
That's a Silverado.
A Silverado.
Do we want to do a Ford or?
4-door, right?
That's what
No.
I was going to, the price of a Ford.
No,
Yeah, but-
Ford.
Yeah, but
Ford.
you wanna go a 4-door pickup instead of,
We have, no, I
You said
put bids in there for a
Ford.
Ford.
Ford, F-O-R-D.
There's a
oh,
Chevy.
this
I
is
thought it said
Chevrolet.
Ford too, yeah.
You put in estimates. There's a
Oh,
Chevy.
specs, I put
Yes.
specs in it.
There's both Chevy and Ford in it.
Oh, they're both in there?
Yes.
Okay.
That one's kind of hard to read, that's what they sent us.
Oh, okay.
So we're not, it could be either a Ford or a Chevy.
Right here, right here. It wasn't good.
It doesn't have
representation
any
of it.
pictures on it.
Those are just the specs of what it would come with.
So,
I'd say for a Ford.
so it's for a Ford or a Chevy is what the motion is.
I forgot the Ford was in
Okay.
Okay, we'll restate that.
And there is money.
Approve taking sealed bids for a new police vehicle, either Ford or Chevy, within a 50-mile
How's
radius.
the Dodge? Dodge, you don't know the book.
With any make of vehicle within a 50-mile radius.
4-door pickup.
Four-door pickup.
A set of specs to,
Comparable specs.
Would someone like to make final motion?
I just did. You did for me.
Okay.
Ford or Chevy is the motion. Right?
Within a 50-mile radius, is that
I
clear?
thought it was Ford, Chevy, or comparable.
It's actually
stuff.
any dealer within the 50
I
mile
just-
radius.
yeah, I
Could be
wouldn't-
anybody. That could meet those specs.
Taking sealed bids from any dealer within a 50-mile radius that can meet the specifications outlined
by
by the council
the chief.
and the chief of police. Do I have a motion?
That's the way that sounds.
I'll make that motion.
Well, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Could I call for a vote, please?
Councilman Muscat,
Yes.
Brenny,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Hanson, Johnston.
Yes.
Motion carried. Madam Mayor, just for a second, if I could intervene, Jana came in after we were done, so I just want to take the opportunity to, they've already made a motion to hire you, so this is Jana Brown. The new park
Jana,
custodian.
nice to meet
Hello.
you. Did you buy a new set of gardening gloves?
No, I have plenty.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, moving on to E. Consideration of purchasing an RBC gearbox for wastewater treatment plant. If I might say, there really isn't, we don't have too much of a choice. This has been, we must do this according to the DNR. So, information has been in your packet. Could I have a motion that we move ahead on purchasing the gearbox for the wastewater treatment plant?
Have we found one?
Yes, we found 3 estimates, one for 17 and 2 for $11,000, roughly.
17,000 or 17,000?
One was 17,000 and the other 2 were 11,000.
We'll take the $17 one.
The time frame ranges from 12 weeks to 16 weeks, depending on what vendor we would go with. And as Barbara said, pursuant to our requirements with IDNR, we are required to replace the gearbox.
Yeah, we don't have a choice in that.
What's the big difference in $6,000 between the 3 estimates?
The
11 and 17,000. What's
The only thing I could really speak to is that the larger estimate came from the company that purchased the original rights of the company that originally built it.
And you probably didn't want to do it.
That's the position.
This is going to be handmade, right?
It took me a week to get a response back from them.
So either the two
Oh,
11,000 ones would be comparable.
Yes, yes.
And what you're asking for is just a consideration to buy it, and you and Alvin can figure out
Yes.
where you want to go. I move that motion.
Second.
Second.
Call for a vote?
Councilman Hanson,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Muscat,
Yes.
Brenny,
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Motion carried.
F, consideration of approving the grease trap agreement with Noble Distributors Incorporated. There is information also in your packet about that. Is there discussion or questions?
Yeah, there was the point that was made, I think, by Adam to allow the city to renegotiate for right to consent and transfer business ownership. Is that something that?
That was a recommendation had been made to us. I am not making that recommendation,
Okay.
but that recommendation had been made to us, yes.
I would agree with that. We don't need to be figuring out who can buy and sell property.
We discussed that quite lengthy when we were talking to Lionel and Sally.
I would consider a motion.
Also move to accept the agreement as previously arranged with Noble Popcorn regarding the traps.
I'll second it.
Call for a vote?
Councilman Frederick,
Aye.
Hanson,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Muscat,
Yes.
Brenny,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item G is consideration of resolution number 2008-04 entitled Resolution in Support of Replacing the Entrance Signs at the East and West Edges of Highway 20. This is, we have to have the approval to change out the signs. Is there any discussion about this? This is,
It just says that Main Street, Chamber Main Street's going to go ahead and pay for all the expenses associated with constructing and maintaining the signs.
They are going to serve as the processor of the construction project.
Then who's going to maintain it? That's what Brian's asking.
Exactly. I mean, according to this document here, they're maintaining it.